What's up everyone, NBZ here bringing you my next moveset video. This one is concentrating on a Mienshao set which I made a while back. I primarily used it on my channel around middle of last year in a team which had Choice Banded Gallade and some other things. You may remember that team. And it had relative success. It was a very interesting set, mainly because it deviated from the norm where you know, most Mienshaos come in and fake out. This one kind of takes advantage of that foreknowledge and acts upon it accordingly, which is very cool. So I think that there's not much more to say, so let's just jump straight into the details and we will go from there. Alright, so here we have the EV spread to begin with. I have essentially gone with the maximum investment into the two offensive stats that Mienshao will be abusing mainly. So that is physical attack and speed. 4 into HP because they're 4 left over, and HP is generally a good place to put them. Now, what you should understand is that I do have Substitute on the set, and because Substitute is prevalent, people may be wanting to tweak things around with Substitute numbers and HP numbers so that you're living specific things and being able to set up a specific number of substitutes, depending on stealth rock switch-ins and all that. I'm not too worried about it, mainly because for one, Mienshao has a stealth rock resistance, and as a secondary point, Regeneration is the ability, so the HP is going to be going up and down just completely all the time because of that one ability, which will allow health regeneration upon switch-in. So I'm not too worried about it. If you are, then by all means go ahead and change it up to your own liking, but I feel that the offensive spread is the best way to go. Now, kind of contrary to that, I have Leftovers as an item, which you would potentially think that Life Orb would make more sense, but given the nature of the set that I'm running, Leftovers does work a lot better. Now, I have Regeneration, which is going to help me gain health back. Leftovers is going to help that as well, and I also have Drain Punch on the set. So the entire sort of premise of the set is built around gaining health back, and Leftovers aids me in that process. I don't lose too much offensive power because I'm running Bulk Up, and Bulk Up is also works well in conjunction with Substitute, so that I can make things work like that and defensively take hits as well as offensively deal them out. So there you go. That is why I'm running Leftovers. The nature being jolly is relatively self-explanatory. I want to be able to outspeed as much as I can. I want to hit the upper echelons of the speed tier, and therefore jolly is the way to go. Mienshao being relatively fast to begin with, it just helps it out in ways that it is very good. So in that case, it's going to work out well for me. So, I talked about the ability Regeneration as well. That's an excellent ability, and we're going to have quite a few instances where it will come in very, very handy, especially when you pair it with the move Substitute. You can come up with some very interesting strategies as how to use this thing in the field of play. So that is going to be the general overview of the stat spread, item, etc. And now we will just have a quick overview of the moveset itself. Okay, so as I did mention earlier, the set has Substitute, Bulk Up, and Drain Punch, which are the three main attractions of the set. The essential premise is to set up a substitute on something when it expects the Fake Out. Fake Out is the most common thing, usually, that Mienshao will carry as a lead, or as any other kind of potential Mienshao. I know that there have been lots of choice variants running around, but the most prevalent Mienshao is usually a Fake Out set. So what you want to do with this is to bring it in on something that expects to be faked out and doesn't want to take a fake out, and you set up a substitute as they switch out, fearing that. So that's the main point of that. Substitute also aids with the ability Regeneration, because as you know, Regeneration will give you health back when you switch in. So if you set up a substitute just to buffer an attack, or to buffer a different Pokemon to just wait for it to stop outraging or something like that, that is another strategy that you can employ with Substitute and Regeneration as a combination. However, the main reason for having Substitute on the set is, of course, to abuse it with Bulk Up, so that you can be setting up behind a safe barrier, and just allows you a little bit more wiggle room than you usually would have. have. The other moves on the set, of course, are Drain Punch and Stone Edge. These will be your two offensive moves, which you will be dealing all the damage with. It is a really potent combination. If you're wondering why Terrakion is so good, it is because it has perhaps what is the best offensive physical stab in the game in fighting and rock. And by pairing these two type combinations together, you cover a large variety of the metagame, and you'll be able to hit things really, really hard. So that's generally why I opted for Stone Edge as my secondary move, with Drain Punch being the main move for stab on the set, of course. Now, the great thing about Drain Punch is that it also aids in the health gaining process. Not only are you being able to gain health back from Regeneration on switch-in, but Drain Punch will also net you health back when you take health off the opponent, and is also obviously boosted in the 5th gen, if it wasn't already apparent by this point in the generation's lifetime to you people out there and stuff. So, that is the moveset, and I am pretty sure that that's all I really need to say about it. It is relatively self-explanatory from this point on, and now I guess we will jump to some battle clips to see it in action and to show you guys what this thing can really do when you use it to its fullest potential. Okay, so to begin, we're going to go with Mienshao, bring it in on a Virizion, and scare it out because it is afraid of the fake out. It is at low HP, and obviously doesn't want to stay in for that. Now, this is going to be the main way that you'll be setting up a substitute, is on the switch when they fear the fake out. In comes this Dragonite. I do have the Stone Edge, and I wanted to break the multi-scale. I'm going to get unfortunate, and it's going to miss, but this does allow me to show you another thing that this Mienshao can do. Because I am faster than the Dragonite, it allows me to substitute as he outrages, and I'm just going to wait for him to get confused, and once he's confused, I can then bank on the confusion hacks, substitute up, and hope he hits himself in confusion or switches out, and allows me to get off the free hit. Now, he does hit himself in confusion, I have the free substitute up, and I can now go for the Stone Edge to finish him off and take him out of the game. But what I'm going to do instead, predicting him to switch out, is to go for the bulk up. So I do have a nice stat up now, and in comes Virizion, which is going to be able to, actually it's slower than Mienshao, probably because I have that speed investment, which is fantastic. I outspeed it, kill it with a Drain Punch, and allows me to have now +1 in defense and attack, as well as a free substitute, which I'm now behind, and I have a Dragonite in my way, which is going to be a little bit annoying. I should be able to, however, take it out with a +1 Stone Edge. Unfortunately, it's going to miss, but it will allow me now to live the extreme speed because I have that +1 defense. As you can see, I may not have lived it if not for the bulk up, so that that buffer is going to aid me out. I'm going to be able to get off the Stone Edge at 3rd time lucky, finish off the Dragonite, and from this point, Mienshao is going to finish off the rest of his team as I outspeed all the things, and Drain Punch will be able to take out both this Honchkrow in 1 hit and the Steelix in a 2-hit KO, which is fantastic. So that is the sweeping potential of Mienshao, coming in late game or whenever you really want to, or see a window for it to set up, and doing some very good work. So this is a kind of scenario which you don't want to be placed in, which is if your opponent has something like a Gliscor or a Skarmory that can potentially threaten your Mienshao, it is not a good idea to set up and try and get things going. So in this situation, I set up a substitute on a Ferrothorn, which is generally a very easy thing to do. It's obviously going to be afraid of the fighting move and switch out, and so I'm going to go for the Stone Edge on the Latios as he goes into the Skarmory. Skarmory, of course, is going to be able to Whirlwind me out, so you really want to get rid of that thing. As you can see, Drain Punch, even if I had a lot of boosts, wouldn't do too much to Skarmory, so you definitely want to deal with things like that before abusing Mienshao in that kind of way. But here is kind of the third way in which Mienshao works very nicely. As you can see, I'm paralyzed, and I'm at really, really low amount of HP. At this point, most people would kind of think, you know what, there's no point, let's just sacrifice Mienshao. However, because Mienshao has that regeneration ability, what I'm going to be able to do is switch it out, bring it in and another time to get its health back up, and see how the scenario goes from there. Now, in this situation, I don't want to stay in because the Swordsbuck is going to be able to outspeed me and probably kill me, so I switch out again, and finally, by the end of the game, I'm back up to full health. And now the rest of his guys aren't actually going to be able to finish me off. I'm going to be able to Drain Punch this Whimsicott, which will take it out. Whimsicott generally not carrying any offensive-based moves, and just is able to Leech Seed me, and that's all. This Hydreigon comes in, which was the thing that took me down to low HP earlier. What he's going to do is going to try and bank on the flinch paralysis hacks, but he's not going to be able to get it. I'm going to get off the Drain Punch, which brings my health all the way back up again, so I'm ready to face the next thing, dependent on what it is, and I should be able to take it out with Drain Punch or a Stone Edge or whatever so happens. Hopefully I won't get paralyzed, but that's the main idea of the set anyway, is to use that Drain Punch to get health back, Regeneration to get health back, and all that good stuff. So its final one is a Porygon 2, which would usually cause lots of people trouble, but if you have a fighting poke, it's very easy to get rid of that thing. So there you go. That's essentially the Mienshao set in action. I think I showed you, I guess, its diversity and the things it can use. Abusing Substitute to you know, take down your HP and to buffer against Outrage is a very strong strategy that you can use, and it really won't hurt you in the long run, because you'll be able to recover all the health back on switch up. So there you go. Those are the battle clips, and that's pretty much how it works. So there you have it. That's my Mienshao set. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's been taking me a long time to get these videos sorted out. They take a lot of time to find stuff, of course, I said. But I'll hopefully bring you guys some more of these as soon as I get the opportunity to go make them. And I definitely enjoy doing these. As long as you guys give me some good feedback on them, then I will be encouraged to make more and more, which, you know, that's all up to you in the end. So if you do have any suggestions for the next one, any one of my pokes that you want to see in a moveset video, then do post below, and I will consider those for the next one. Otherwise, thank you very much for watching. Do like the video to show your appreciation. It would be very helpful, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.